Welcome to this edition of City Pulse. I'm here with Dennis Kopic and Mayor Ron Arnold. Welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for talking with me, guys. Ron, you set up an enrichment program in January, I think it was. Can you tell us a little bit about that program?
Sure, and I'll invite Pastor Kopic to join in. I've known Dennis for many, many years, and Dennis has had a ministry outreach called Families Forever for Dennis the last 15
15 going on 16 years.
Years. And Dennis came to me with the idea of addressing many of the issues that are affecting our community with the breakdown of the family and the impact of society on kids and education and the economy, just all the pressures that are on individuals and families. And as we shifted our focus for the city, starting the first of this year in 2013, on quality of life, as well as bringing jobs and rebuilding the city, we added the element of quality of life because we understand that if you can bring jobs to the city, but if you don't have healthy families and a good solid workforce, then you don't make the impact you should make. And we want to impact our school in a positive way. The business that comes to our community, we want that to be healthy, them to have good solid employees. We want to impact the home. We want to impact our county and our city and our state's burden of supporting folks in different entitlement programs. And we can't do that unless we address quality of life issues. And so we're proud to be a partner with Dennis and Families Forever. For this year, once a month, Dennis comes in and I'll let him talk about the different topics that he will go over each month. The series is free and it's for everybody, regardless of where you are. If you're a single parent, if you have a fully mom, dad, everybody together, if you're just a teenager and you want to come, you're welcome. If you're a business leader, if you're a community leader, if you're just someone who's interested in what's going on and what you can do to plug in and learn some maybe a new approach, some new information, it's for everyone. And so we would love to have a standing room only a crowd every month, and I'd like to encourage our churches to get more involved and our business community to get more involved, to encourage their employees, their parishioners, their families to come and get the most out of this. Healthy families, healthy individuals equates to a stronger community all the way around. So we're thrilled, we're excited that this is a new component to our focus this year. We've talked about a focus on kids, cats, and puppy dogs, and so you say that and we smile, but then there's the serious side of it too. We really do need to focus on our kids, our cats, and our puppy dogs, and our families, and so we're we opened the pool last year, which was a great thing for our kids and for our families. We're working on a new humane shelter for our cats and our dogs, and the pet lovers that are affected by how we are able or not able to care for animals in our community. And so all of that just all interlocks together as we try to make an impact from the city's vantage point, partnering with as many folks as we can. We're only as strong as the weakest link. We've all heard that analogy. And so we don't want to be the weakest link from the city aspect. We want to be doing all that we can, bringing everyone to the table and trying to solve the problem together. You folks may be surprised as a conservative Republican when I say I agree with Hillary Clinton on one thing, and that is it does take a village. It takes an entire strong, healthy community to get the job done,
Mhm.
to have kids that are happy and healthy, and families that are thriving, and businesses that are productive. It does take a village, and so we want to do our part. We're thrilled to have Dennis as a partner, and again, what you all are doing at elwoodindiana.org to help us bring folks together is another integral part of communicating and understanding each other and finding common causes. And so, again, thanks to you all for doing what you're doing. So, Dennis, please tell us about your series and all the exciting topics that you're going to cover this year.
Well, for the benefit of those who are listening, I like to put it in the context of we'd like to win a championship for the city. As a former basketball coach, we'd like to win a championship for the city. Well, what does that mean? Well, a team's got to be successful in all areas. I coach basketball, and you got to be good on offense, but you must be good on defense as well. So as the mayor is talking about, every category, whether it's potholes, sewers, taxes, humane society, senior citizens building, whatever it takes to have a healthy community, all that stuff's involved. And what we bring to the table of Families Forever, something we've been doing for now almost 16 years, is a wellness side of the program. There's many organizations that do the material things such as housing and feeding and clothing, and that's great. But you can house somebody, you can feed somebody, you can clothe somebody, and still be broken on the inside, wounded from something, whether it's a loss of a loved one through health issues, tragic accident. We have a lot of things going on in this world. And I'm just really proud, one, to count the mayor as a friend for a lot of years. In fact, he was very intricate in helping us, to encourage us to start our ministry years ago, back in '97. And we've been friends ever since. But I'm proud of him and the city of Elwood for stepping up. They're the first city, as a city, that stepped up and embraced this 12-month enrichment program. And it can be formatted any way, whether it's once a month, whether it's a day seminar or a day and a half workshop. We can format it whatever fits an organization, be that a business, be it a community, be it a church, whatever. And there isn't a community in this country that couldn't benefit from this kind of program, because everyone's got something going on. Whether it's in their particular family, or whether it's in their extended family, or whether it's in their church or their neighborhood or their workplace, there's something going on where people struggle with things. So we do things like the curriculum, for example, we set up for Elwood. The first month in January, we did Hope in a Hopeless World. And a lot of people feel that way with all the ugliness that's going on. You know, they really struggle. And then in February, last month, we did Dealing with Depression. Major issue for a lot of people. A lot of people don't want to admit it, but it's a major issue. Now in March, this month, we're doing Tough Times for Teenagers. Now that being said, yeah, it's the difficult time for teenagers, to any kids really, to be growing up in this world today, which means what? It's very difficult to parent. So it's equally challenging for the parents as much as it is with the teenagers. We try and always have had with this ministry, have our thumb on the pulse of what the people are dealing with. This isn't about textbook knowledge. This isn't about what somebody did back in the 1970s. This is about today. This is about here and now, what people are struggling with. And we're here to help. And so in April, we'll do like communications and healthy relationships, and we'll do a parenting session. We'll do a marriage session in June, self-esteem, anger management, dealing with addictions, faith, finances, and your future, life strategy planning. People come to us broken, and they say, you know, what we're doing doesn't seem to be working. We're not getting very good results, and we're not very happy. And so we help them put together a positive life strategy plan that will help them get to newer and better places and be healthier and happier. It's that simple. But it does require change. I can't help anybody. No one can help anybody that doesn't want to change. If you're happy with the results you're getting, keep doing them. But if you want some change, then that's what these classes, this enrichment program, will help you with. Is to have a better understanding about, well, how do I change? That just seems really difficult. But we can do it, and we're here to help people. So life strategy planning, something I started teaching on years ago before it was even a word, I think, busyness. Busyness. We're all busy, and most of the people tell me, well, it's a healthy busy. I'm busy at church, I'm busy at my social club, I'm busy with the kids. It's a healthy busy. Well, too much of any one thing, I don't care how good it is, can become a bad thing. Too much golf, too much shopping, too much whatever can become, it's all about balance. And so this is trying to help people discover that. I'm not going to tell them what their balance has to be, but I'm going to help them discover how to balance their lives. and what perhaps, and make suggestions. That's all we do is make suggestions about how they might want to prioritize things, because a lot of times we get our priorities messed up big time. So busyness, which leads to stress. We're going to talk about coping skills in November as well. And in December, it's like we're going to ask the question, who and what are you living for? A lot of time, every day, we get up and we get ready for work, we get whatever our day presents to us, whatever our situation is. We spend a lot of time as human beings, many of us, trying to please our spouses, our children, our boss, our next door neighbor, our teacher, or whatever. And I'm just throwing out there for thought processes, maybe that's not the right priority. Because you see, what we've discovered is that if you're living to please somebody else, it'll work for a while, and then the shine wears off of it. And so it's like, if you're a person of faith, and we realize not everybody's people of faith, and that's okay. But if you're a person of faith, then typically the thought process is, I'm going to live to please God first. And then my spouse and my family, and you can layer anything else after that the way you want to. It's your life. So it's just, we're excited about what we do. We're thankful for what we do. We've had great success with what we do, not just this program, but the other things we've done, and we want to do more of it. And so we're very grateful for Mayor Ron Arnold and the City of Elwood stepping up to the plate to be the first community to do it. And we're hoping and praying that it's going to open up other doors for us, for other communities to say, you know what, we need a program like that. And also lead to churches and people to, it takes brave people to step up and embrace something like this. Because a lot of us want to be in denial and say, I don't need that. And maybe at the moment you don't need it, but tomorrow you could need it. And so to implement a program like this and have it be consistent, month after month after month, is a very good thing for this community. And as I said again, I applaud Mayor Arnold for accepting it and putting it in place for not only everyone in his community to come, but the door's open for others too. We've already had people from Anderson and Franklin attend some of the early sessions. And that's great. It's out there to help people. It's just
all part of our county.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
Impacts Elwood. Madison County impacts our community.
Absolutely. So again, I think we hadn't really talked about it, but we partnered to win that championship for Elwood. And I love, just like reading what I read in the paper this morning about Warren and the new jobs or whatever, I'm excited about that because the spotlight is on Elwood, Indiana right now. And people are watching, so it's important to do the right thing. And these are the right things to do.
Can you tell me when and where you're having these meetings?
Absolutely. We have them the last Tuesday of every month here at the City Building, currently in the upstairs training room on the second floor, from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. And but we're excited. We're anticipating that as that grows, that we're going to have to move into a larger facility. And I was just talking this morning that there's a senior citizens building at the community center that's being worked on that we might transition into at some point. Because we're hoping this thing's just going to keep growing and keep growing and keep growing.
And can you tell me, how would people get more information about this program?
Well, I was then called the mayor's office, and they have all the information at hand, or they can go to familiesforever.org. That's www.families, the number 4, the word ever.org, and find out about it. Or they can call our ministry, and toll free, it's 877-641-4462. Or the local number is just simply 765-642-4462. And we're ready for the rush, so to speak. We just want to keep filling the place because, like I said, unless you're in denial, there's not too many people that can't benefit from something like this. And so we don't want people to feel bad either, say, well, this is for all the low economic people. No, it's not. Or this is for a certain culture. No, it's not. It's for everyone. Anyone that's dealing with issues, this is meant to help, not meant to criticize. No chat. That we don't do that. Never have. Hope and encouragement.
Can you tell me what kind of life experiences have you had to prepare you for your career as?
That's interesting. It's been a blessing. I got married early, right out of high school. So October this year, my wife and I's 46th year of marriage, 2 grown children, 5 wonderful grandsons, and I spent 10 years in police and security work. Which I enjoyed very much, and I spent about 18 years in marketing, sales, and consulting, and was a successful run at that. But then I got a calling on my life late in life. I started college at age 42 at Anderson University, double majored in family science and psychology. I've since gone on to get my Master of Divinity in Christian Counseling, currently working on my doctorate. So a wide variety of things, coaching for 8 years, girls AAU level high school basketball, as well as 3 years at the college level at Anderson University as assistant women's coach. I've done a lot of things, and at age 63, at this point, experienced a lot of things. And I'm a very relational person, so when someone comes to me and they talk about their electricity being turned off, been there. Having suffered other financial, been there. And so this isn't about something I learned in a textbook that I'm throwing at somebody. This is about relationships. And so I've just been everything I've done my whole life has equipped me to do what I do now. So I can relate to people, whether it's somebody that's homeless or a millionaire or anywhere in between. This program is not designed just for, a lot of times they try and put you in a box and they say, what's your target market? Is it kids? Is it seniors? Is it adults? It's people. Men, women, and children. Always has been, always will be. So we don't fit in a box with respect to that.
Now, Ron, I know of yesterday we had a great signing with Warner Bodies.
We did.
So it's official that they are here in Elwood to stay.
They actually had trucks out there working on the facility yesterday as we were signing the papers. So if you drive by the site, you'll see work going on. They're anxious to get in, and the president of the company, Rick Manasek, said yesterday they hope to get it done by sometime this summer as far as the infrastructure repairs and rehab. So they're already in there, they're at it, and that's very exciting. I think to add to that, Pam, and to touch on something Dennis said, if you read the story and look at any of the video of yesterday's signing and comments made, Rick Manasek, the president of Warner Bodies, commented on the city of Elwood being what he thought is the best kept secret in the state, and a lot of that is what they've seen in the community. And they attended the mayor's ball and they watched the Heart of Hoosierland award recipients, their stories being told and them receiving their awards, and met a lot of the folks in our community. And it's that seals the deal. We can have facilities, we can do all the business transaction end of it, but folks want to. That $3 million investment's a big deal for this company, and this is their vision for the future of their company for the next 50 years or more. And so they don't want to get this wrong. They want to be in a community that is going to supply a good workforce, that they can be a good partner in. And so it's very important that as a community we understand it takes all of us. I hope everyone shares in that victory. It's not my victory. I'm glad to have played a part in it. Glad to be sitting here at this time, but it took everyone. It just simply took everyone. And so a point I want to make is we want to complement what is already going on in our community. We have a great, the Morissette Center does a great job helping feed folks, put coats on kids. We have a great trustee here in our community that helps people who are struggling financially. We have great ministries, great churches. We have a solid Little League program. We have a thriving YMCA in our community. There are lots of positives. Wonderful library. We're trying to complement that. And if I can help in any way, people think as it's easy to look at someone else and think, well, it's easy for them because. And I just want to say, my kids, a couple of them publicly, have made bad decisions, and we decided as a family to be as transparent as we could with those mistakes, because we want everyone to know that, as Dennis said earlier, this is for everyone. Everyone has struggles. It's tough for everyone, whether you're a single parent, a two-parent family, grandparents raising grandkids, teenagers trying to grow up. It's tough for everybody in some aspect of life. And so I would encourage anyone watching this that be transparent about your struggle. Come to the enrichment series. Plug in if you haven't plugged in with any organization in our community, and be transparent about your life experience, your struggles, what you've done, what you've overcome. maybe you'll be an inspiration to someone else.
Mhm.
Maybe it's not you taking, maybe it's you giving, but come be a part of that. And I hope that there's someone that's watching or listening that says, well, if he can be transparent about his kids' mistakes, maybe I could do that, and maybe I have something to share. I raise kids, and I've heard lots of stories since the incidents with my boys, and people saying, I understand what you're going through. I've raised children, I have grandchildren, or I was the child who made those bad decisions. I've had several folks tell me that. But that was a uniter. It was not a divider. And so we've got to continue to look for those things that unite us. And I think if folks come to this series, plug in with other folks, it can't do anything but make us stronger, healthier, and a better community.
Well, personally, I want to thank you. It seems like you're doing a wonderful job as the mayor of this city. You've cleaned up the eyesores, you've brought in new jobs, and you're also trying to help people in need from underneath and the source of things. So I really want to say thank you. You're doing a wonderful job.
Thank you very much. If I could just say again, and I've said before, but I want everyone to know that we are very blessed in this community to have the best employees that have a heart for their city. And whether they're on the water or wastewater crews out repairing leaks on Main Street in the middle of the night, or they're the folks who are at the window when you pay your water and sewer bill, or no matter where they are, in economic development, our building planning, our parks, we have great people, and they give it their all. They have a great heart, and I get to sit in the chair and take the compliments, and I appreciate those. But there are so many people involved in it, and
In essence, you get to coach. That's how you're building this championship team.
yes, and it's the greatest privilege of my life to sit here. So,
Well, it
but
seems
thank
to
you.
be working.
So we're going to continue working hard. I subscribe to the idea that half the battle is just getting up and going after it every day, and much of the other half takes care of itself by getting up and going after it every day. So we'll continue to do that, and appreciate all the positive comments from folks on elwoodindiana.org for the video series, and we'll continue communicating and being out there. Ask your questions, and we'll do our best to give you the answers.
Thank you, gentlemen, very much for talking with me today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. We hope all your viewers will share it with their friends and family and co-workers, and we'll just see this attendance build up every month.
All right, and again, for more information, it's familyforever.org.
Yes, or 877-641-4462, or the local number is 765-642-4462.
And we might be able to twist somebody's arm at elwoodindiana.org, maybe to put the series up for the year. Maybe it could just,
we can do that.
if you're viewing this video, you're already on the site, look for the information. I think they'll put that up, and maybe a link or something to get over to Dennis. But if all else fails, call the mayor's office at 552-5076. But I think you'll probably be able to find a link and information right on the site where you are currently.
Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you.
Pam.